Hello, my name is Steve O'Grady. I have advertised for sale a 2010 Forest River Berkshire 390 BH fully loaded RV with bunks. This coach has the bigger 350 ISB Cummins engine in it, which is an upgrade at the time of purchase. It also has the larger Allison 3500 transmission, which will allow it to tow up to 10,000 pounds. And it also has all aluminum wheels around the coach. Now this coach belongs to my company, which is Luxury Motorhome Rentals. I did purchase it new, and it was heavily customized for my company. It has been in the rental fleet, and it continues to be in the rental fleet. So it is out every day, being enjoyed by folks taking vacations. Most of my accounts are corporate. I do a lot of high-end entertainers, television stations, race car drivers. That's the bulk of my business. So I want to show you the coach. I'm going to show you the inside and outside. Everybody wants more pictures, and so I'm going to do a video and just show you everything on the coach. Now the coach is in great shape, and it's been very well maintained. I'm a stickler for maintenance, and the coach has been maintained in my own service department, which you're going to see in a minute when I get out here outside the coach. But it is a used coach, and it does have a couple of nicks and scratches on it. So I want to point out to you all of those items that I know about, so that you'll know about them, and there won't be any surprises when you come and look at the coach. So I'm going to turn the camera around and go outside. Hopefully it's not too noisy. My office is on a busy highway here in Gainesville, Florida. I'm on exit 399, Gainesville, Florida, off from Interstate 75. So let's go outside and take a look at the coach. We'll start at the front. We'll go all the way around. We'll look at everything. So here we go. All right, this is obviously the front door here. We're going to start here. Okay. That's an LED light. Very bright, actually, for the patio light. Now here are our tires. These tires are Michelin XZE tires. These are not the RV cheapy tires. These are actual heavy ply truck tires. They are the Pilot X, so you get better fuel economy, and they are very good tires. This is the front tire here on the passenger side. These are the wear bars here on the tire, so there's a lot of rubber left. Later today I'm going to be measuring the tread depth on all the tires, and the coach is due for a DOT inspection, so I'm going to post the results of those inspections online with this video and the tread depth on the tires. I would guess that there's about 50% of the rubber left on these tires, and these are semi tires. So I'm not sure what you can see under there, but again, these are the actual aluminum wheels. These are the Alcoa aluminums. They are not the wheel simulators. This is reflective tape on the mirror here. That's required by DOT for side marking. This is the front of the coach. Now you'll notice the black mask on the front of the coach. That is a bug mask. And that is because we have a lot of love bugs here in Florida. And so that's a spray-on bug mask. It's great stuff. It's super hard. And it can be painted any color you want. They actually sell the different paints in a can, and you can tape it off and paint it. So you could paint it back to the champagne color of the coach or the brown. We went with black. It's got LED military grade fog lights on here. These are upgraded lights. The ones that came with the coach just got broken all the time. A little rock would hit them. So these are military grade. You can beat on them with a hammer, and they're LEDs, really bright. No cracks in the windshield. Windshield's in good shape, single piece. It's got new windshield wipers on it. Our generator is behind this compartment here. Now she needs a bath, she needs wash. We had a little bit of drizzle here at my office over the weekend, so that's what these marks are right here. This is just water that's dripped off the roof. and it's come down the window and just made some marks on the side of the coach. Has a 100-gallon fuel tank. It can be filled from either side of the coach. So if you pull into a pump, you can fill from either side or both sides. It all goes into one big tank. Here's another shot of the mirror there. Side cameras. We have side and rear cameras, of course, on the coach. This is the driver's side front tire. And again, good shot of the tread here. Let's take a look at it. Nice and thick. And if you can see my finger here, it goes all the way to the top of my nail. And so I'm guessing that's about 50% tread. It may be 60%, but the tires have got a lot of life left on them. And these, again, Michelin XZE tires. There's our rims. Let's go ahead and pop open our generator. And I always keep some spares in here. You can never be too careful. It's a good place to do it. This is our main DC electrical bay, and the coach did not come with this, but I got the plans from the factory, the wiring plans, and I had this made. This is a diagram of all the fuses and what amp is supposed to be in there, and it corresponds with the fuse panel here, and there's 3 fuse panels here behind my supplies. There you go, you pop those covers off. And so I made a diagram of all the fuses and the relays. And this is how we open our generator. And you can see everything's labeled for you because it's been a rental unit. I label everything to make it easy for renters. So we'll pull this open. And look at that, pops out. So this is our Onan generator. Holds 3 quarts of oil. Everything's labeled on it. Onan does not make their own engines. They use Kubota diesel engines. They use 3 and 4 cylinder Kubotas. This is a 3-cylinder Kubota diesel. It's a 8 kW generator. It will run everything in the coach, including all 3 roof air conditioners simultaneously. At the same time, allow you to use the convection oven and microwave, and you can still plug a hairdryer in. So this has enough power to run everything in the coach. And the hours on the generator, I don't know if you can see that. That's a glare here. It's 3,530 hours on the generator. This engine is a 10,000 hour to 15,000 hour engine. You can check with Kubota to confirm that. But this little diesel engine is used in all their tractors, and it's good for in the 10,000 to 15,000 hour range. So the engine has got plenty of life left on it. It does not burn oil. It does not leak oil. And there's our generator. So we're going to push the generator back. And by the way, a little tip for you, don't put your hands here when pushing the generator back because you'll lose your fingers. You always want to push down here and back in. There you go. All right, moving down, this is the side of the coach here. Okay, we'll put the slides out and come back and take a look at it. Now, tires always need to be inflated properly at a cold PSI, 110 PSI cold on this coach if you want to carry the maximum GVW of the weight. This is our propane tank. Just filled it up this morning. Been kind of chilly here, so we want some. Propane is used for the stove and for the gas furnace. We have electric heat pump on board, but we also have gas furnace on board. The stove is gas and the water heater is gas and electric together. So there's our propane tank in the door. This is our cargo door, which I thought I unlocked. Now this coach just came back from the 24-hour of Sebring race this weekend in Daytona, and it was used by one of the team owners who has a race team there. So I haven't cleaned it yet, and hopefully it's in good clean shape underneath here. All right, our basement. This is the basement of the coach. I hope you can see underneath here. It's a little bit dark, so I apologize, but it's a nice big basement. You could crawl underneath there. This is another access door to the basement here. And let's take a peek in here. Those wood blocks, those are jack stand supports. So if you're gonna put the jacks down in grass or soft sand or dirt, yeah, we'll throw those in with the coach. You would put those underneath the jack stands. Now this particular door, and online I mentioned it, this particular door has some damage to it, this cargo door. And if you'll notice, it's just crinkled right here. I'm trying to get a good, you can see it right there. See, it's a little bent. I have ordered a new door for this. The door is $850, and it is supposed to be delivered today to the body shop and that I use, and they're going to paint it to match with the stripes and everything, and they're going to put this new door on. This door was left open and hit something, and it didn't get locked, and you can see I made a temporary repair here so it could go to Daytona for the weekend, because it takes a while to get the doors, but they will be in today, and by the end of the week they'll be painted, clear coated. The stripes will be on them. These are all painted. This is full clear coat, full tri-coat, clear coat on this coach. You can tell there's 3 screws at the top that hold the door, 3 screws at the bottom. Very minor repair, but we'll get that replaced. So the coach is in good shape. These are, again, these graphics are painted on. These are not stickered graphics, okay? There are some very light scratches, which I don't even think the camera is going to pick up on the side of the coach there. And you might be able to see them. They should buff out. They're not through the paint. They are just, you know, when people turn in, they may grab a tree limb or something. But the coach looks really good from the side. We'll back up so you can get a good shot of it. This is the driver's side there. And there's the 3 air conditioners on the roof. 1, number 2, number 3. Also the in-motion satellite. So this is our wet bay here. We like to call it the poop station. And here we go. Now everything on this coach is upgraded. I've upgraded everything on the coach, and I've labeled everything. And you'll see my yellow labels there with instructions. We have I've added an air freshener here, which is nice. I've added a box of gloves that's Velcroed on, and I have a Purell hand sanitizer there, so you don't even have to touch it. It's you know, hands-free. The plumbing is all manifold plumbing on this. Okay, so if you had a leak, say on the hot water in the kitchen sink, you could just shut off the hot water to the kitchen sink and still keep using the coach. As you can see, you got a hot manifold and a cold manifold. Here's our sewer compartment. We do have heated basement tanks. There's 2 of these heaters. They're DC powered. So the gray tank, the black tank, and the water tank are all heated for convenience, and you can run them in winter operation. Our freshwater tank is 110 gallons. Our black tank is, I believe, either 50 or 55 gallons, and the gray tank is 65 gallons. We do have whole house filtration, and all of the water tanks have always been cleaned and sanitized monthly, and it's safe to drink out of them. We have our sewer hose there and an extra sewer hose there in that compartment. Okay, and all that'll come with the coach, sewer hoses and everything. All right, back to the rear tires here, and again we're on the driver's side of the coach here. And these are the rear tires. They're all matching tires. These are all Michelin XZE Pilot X truck tires. Again, tread is really good on them. I don't know if I can get you as good of a shot here. Let me see here. There we go. I'll get you a shot of those tires there. All of the tires are the same age on the coach. Okay, they're all the same age. I always replace them 6 at a time. Always the same brand. Aluminum wheels. We have backup lights. I call these the spaceship lights. These are halogen. You turn them on as you're backing up, and they light the whole back of the coach up. If someone's tailgating you, they're fun to turn on also. This is a quad slide coach. So there's our back slide here. Chrome exhaust. Alrighty. Another little sticker I added here for the lawyers, danger high voltage. This is where you would plug the coach into an RV park power pedestal. And we'll pick that up. So this coach has, here's our power cord here. Has an extra long power cord on it. Has a block heater. This it's not plugged in. I'm not sure you're getting that, but there's just a cord hanging here with a plug on it and a little cover. That is for the block heater. So if you get into really cold weather, like you folks up north right now, record cold temperatures, you'd want to plug that in to keep the engine warm. And we have the surge guard back here. And this is a really important piece of equipment. It's about $700 plus installation, and it protects the entire coach from surges, high and low voltage, and if someone miswires a plug at an RV park, it'll take care of that for you to keep it from damaging the electronics on the coach. If you don't buy my coach and you buy somebody else's, make sure you put a surge guard in it. I learned that the hard way about 8 years ago. All right, this compartment in the back here is where the hydraulic pump is for the slides and for the slides and for the jacks. So this is our hydraulic pump, okay? No leaks. Keep a coax cable in here in case you want to plug the coach into the RV park cable system. We do have in-motion satellite, but if you go to an RV park and you're underneath some trees or something and can't get a picture on the satellite, you can always plug into the pedestal with the coax and route the cable in there. Also keep our water lines, our drinking water line hoses in here. A lot of people keep the water hoses in the poop compartment. I don't like having my drinking water mixed with my poop compartment, so I keep my drinking hoses back here in the back of the coach. Alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and close these because I'm gonna put the slides out. You always want to make sure you close the doors before putting the slides out when we get inside. Alright, this is the air intake for the engine. The engine breathes through here. There's a huge filter in there, of course, air filter. And that's our chrome exhaust. Okay. And here's the back of the coach. You'll see the rear backup camera there. Again, graphics that are fully painted. This is a tri-coach, really pretty coach. And I have my car hooked up to the back of it. I got a Ford C-Max Energy plug-in hybrid, pretty cool. And here's the back of our coach here. Okay. Now there's one little nick on the paint back here, and it is going to be hard to see. There it is, right in front of my finger there. Not really sure how that happened, but it's just a nick on the paint. When it goes to the body shop is going to paint that right there and fix that nick. It's about 2 inches by maybe 1/8 of an inch. It's more of a scratch. And all right. The back tail light here has a crack in it. You see there's a crack right above my finger here, okay? Yours truly dropped the lens putting in a new tail light bulb, okay? And there's a crack running through it. I have ordered the new light, and it has come in with the doors to the body shop. There's 2 Phillips head screws that hold the lights on here. See, one Phillips head, one Phillips head. This lens will be replaced, and a matching lens, brand new, will be put in, so you'll have no cracks on your tail lights. All right, this little vent here is for our dryer. We actually have a vented dryer. If you've ever had an RV washer dryer and you get it ventless, you know it takes 4 to 6 hours to dry. This one will dry much, much faster because it has a vent. And so this is where our exhaust from our dryer comes out. So this is the passenger side of the coach. The passenger side of the coach. You'll notice that all of the windows on the coach are limo tinted. So it's very dark, just like a tour bus. In fact, this coach has been used by several different bands. Most recently it was used by Journey, the lead singer of Journey. These are our bunk windows. These are blackout tinted. So if you're sleeping, had a couple of adult beverages, don't want the light to wake you up, those are blackout tinted, okay? We have an electric awning. That awning comes out. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. The awning is not ripped. It comes out electrically. You push a button. It has a wind sensor, so if it's out and it gets windy, it rolls itself up. Very handy, okay? And it also has a remote control, a key fob remote, which has never been used. I don't send the key fob remote out, and so it has never been used. It goes on your key ring. You can push a button while you're sitting out, having a cold one, and the awning will come out. All right, this is our back electrical compartment. This is where the inverter is on the coach, okay? We have a Magnum inverter, and this is basically the battery charger that charges the batteries, and also it takes DC power and makes AC power, which allows you to use the TVs and whatnot in the coach, or some of the televisions in the coach, without running the generator. So, I'm not sure how much you see in there. It's kind of a shadow here, but it's just a compartment, no storage in here. It's just a compartment with a cooling fan and a big electrical box, and it does its thing. This is our battery compartment. All right, these are our batteries here. And we have on the top here, we have our house batteries. I'm sorry, chassis batteries. These are the chassis. These are like what would be in your car. This is what starts the engine on the coach. These are our house batteries down here, and on the red tray. Okay, I had this tray out, and I've actually painted it and cleaned it and just serviced it. The whole tray rolls out. So we pull these latches, and this battery tray rolls out. We have 3 disconnects here. This is a disconnect here, if you can see it, for the house. So it's a rotary disconnect in case you need to turn the power off. It's like your main breaker. And then we have one for the chassis. And then this disconnect is for the 6,000 watt audiophile sound system. It actually uses 125 amps of power to power the sound system. And so that's our disconnect there. We have a automatic battery watering system, and I don't know if you can tell, but the bottom house batteries are lead acid, and they need distilled water. This little tube automatically waters. If you can see, it goes to each cell, and it puts the perfect amount of distilled water in, and then you just fill the tube up, and the water goes from the tube right into the battery. So really cool, easy for you to put water in. No corrosion in this compartment. It's all clean, and it's in good shape. The batteries on this coach were installed 18 months ago, and they have a 36-month warranty through Battery Source, and so all the batteries are in good shape. All right, the next compartment over. This is a storage compartment. I keep the road hazard kit in here, and just in case you need it, it's got breakdown triangles. I keep a little tool kit in here, just some wash and just some various items here. It's just a storage compartment, just some zip wax and, you know, leather cleaner, different things like that. All right, moving on down. There's that back halogen backup light that you can turn on from the driver's seat. Again, the spaceship landing lights there. And our tires here, again, the Michelin XZE tires, the XZE2s. In really good shape, and we'll try to get you a shot of those. Again, all the tires are the same age, put on at the same time, good tread depth. I would say at least 50%. I will be measuring those today. Aluminum wheels. Now you'll notice the center piece, there's a decorative center hub piece that's aluminum that clips in there, and it fell out. And that happens, honestly, it happens all the time, about every 10,000 miles. I have ordered a new one. They're 15 bucks. It will be in, I ordered it from Amazon.com. It'll be in this week. And it just clips in there. And it's just decorative. It's not anything functional whatsoever. And just so you can see it, we'll go back to the other side and I'll show you. I'm going to show you this one over here on the other side. and it's just this cap here. It's just a decorative piece, make the wheels look nicer. Any coach you buy, they fall off constantly. Always keep a spare. Alright, so the side of the coach here, continuing on. This compartment here is where our water tanks are. It's a service compartment, so it's not accessible on a regular basis, but we have little hooks down here. We'll unhook it and open it. And here we go. This is where we have our water tanks. You'll see on the top there, that's the black and the gray tank. And then on the bottom, our fresh water tank. And another basement heater, so it keeps the basement nice and heated. And we have an oversized water pump here. This is a continuous duty, can be run dry without damage. It's a continuous duty, oversized water pump, which provides the water into the house. Very nice. All of these heaters are controlled from inside the coach, by the way. And another air freshener. I don't know if you can see it there, but I clipped one there just to keep the basement smelling nice and fresh. Alright, so this particular door here, you'll see has just a little bit of a bow here. This was the other door that was damaged, just like on the other side, and I have ordered a new door for it. So by the time you see the coach in person, it will have brand new doors, cargo doors put on it, so there won't be any issues there. It's not a matter of if, but when you damage a cargo door. So welcome to RVing. Even I, the owner of the company, and I drive my coaches about 10,000 miles a month, even I have damaged a cargo door a time or two. It happens. So this is the other side of our storage area. I keep a grill there, and I'm going to keep the grill, to be honest, but again, this is our big storage, and you can see it from the other side. Plenty of room in there, okay? There's also a gas hook up here, a stub out, so that you can plumb your grill. You can see that, but it's right up there. It's already stubbed out with a valve. You can just plug your grill regulator straight in there and get propane from the onboard propane tank, which is pretty cool. Suicide doors, right here. One of my favorite features is we have a pull out, and this goes both ways, and it has the tailgate function. So that comes down, slide a cooler on it. This is where I keep the coolers. And that just slides right back. Make sure you lock it. And there you go. Okay? And it does go the other way. You can pull it out the other direction. So it gets pulled out both directions through this pass-through here. So this is our basement all the way across. It's all open. Like the cheap coaches have the frame rails down here. This coach has a raised rail frame, and it has an all open basement there. So one of my favorite things, a bass cannon. This is a Polk Audio 8-inch subwoofer. Polk Audio 8-inch subwoofer. It's for our outdoor entertainment system. Pretty cool. And this is where we keep our outdoor television here. And I believe that's a 32-inch outdoor TV, and it pulls out. I'm doing it one-handed, but it does. It pulls out, and you can adjust it. It's right there in that compartment. We also have some high-powered speakers behind here. You're not going to be able to see them because they're back in that carpeted area, but you can rattle the windows of anything parked next to you. We've got 6,000 watts of audio. Pretty cool. So nice entertainment, again, with the subwoofer. And the sun's coming up behind me, so that's why we have a shadow here. I hope that you're able to see all of this. We've got mud dauber and bug guards here on the furnace openings. These are the furnace openings, and bugs like to go in there and make nests and damage your furnace, so we keep these nice little guards on there that clip on, and it keeps them from getting in there. Very important. This is our hot water heater. And this is a dual fuel hot water heater, okay? It is propane and electric, so it is a dual fuel hot water heater, okay? And it works on both fuels. or at the same time, or one or the other. So you can run it on electricity, you can run it on propane, or if you run it on electric and propane, you have basically instant hot water. That'll nice warm shower there. So there's that. All right, this little tube right here, everybody asks what it's for. This is a condensation drain for the refrigerator. And you'll see a drip of water coming out of it. That's for the refrigerator that's inside. You know, refrigerators have coils and things. This is a dual fuel refrigerator. It runs on propane and on electric, and it automatically switches back and forth. So it's automatic. But just like any fridge, you get a little bit of condensation, and that is the drain for the fridge. So we take this down, and you'll see inside the back compartment of the refrigerator. This is a service compartment here. Okay. And there's the fridge information. Let's see if I can get you a good shot of that. The refrigerator was replaced at the end of 2012, all of the guts inside. So this is all of your condenser, your condensator, your thermomistor, everything that makes the refrigerator work was gutted and replaced at the end of 2012. So it's just over a year old, or just out a year old. And so the refrigerator is good to go. All the internals on the refrigerator are original, all the shelving and the doors are original, but everything internal to the refrigerator was replaced. Okay. So continuing up here, we're back to where we started at the front, and let's go inside and take a look at the coach. So here's our entry step coming in, okay? And if you're sitting in the front seat, you have a cover that comes out to cover this step, so you can put your feet down on it. And this is our control panel here that controls the outside lights, the cargo lights. All the cargo lights come on and off with one touch of a button. Your aisle lights, we have like little small lights like an airliner would have to light up the floor. And this is what turns on our outdoor awning. Okay, so we're going to extend that. It's automatic, so I just push the button and here she comes. And you'll notice there's no rips or tears on the awning at all. No rips or tears on the awning. Awning's in really good shape. Hopefully the camera is a good shot there. It comes out automatically. Covers the TV and the whole area here for partying outside. So you got your grill plugged in there and you're sitting out here underneath the awning. Now it has an automatic wind sensor, so if it gets too windy, it'll roll itself in. No wind today here, so we'll just close it. It's a one touch. Just hit the retract button and here she goes. Alright, so it's going to close up for us there automatically. And we're going to go ahead and go inside the coach here. As I said, the coach was used this weekend at the 24 Hours of Daytona race, and so it hasn't been cleaned yet, but it's very clean. It just looks clean. It just hasn't been cleaned completely and made back up. So let's go ahead and start the generator so we can get some power here. And we'll get some lights on in here and we'll show you the whole inside of the coach. So here comes our gen. We'll give that a second to get started. And while that's happening, we'll turn on some lights. Really hope the video is coming out well. I'm not a videographer here, so now all of the lights here, with the exception of that one and that one, those are decorative lights. The lights that you see up in the ceiling are LEDs, and there's a dimmer for them. That's an LED light fixture. We'll go ahead and turn on some more lights here, and let's put out our slides. Here's our control panel here, in here, and we have 4 slides. So we'll start with putting the bunks and the wardrobe out. And the back bed. And our sofa. And our kitchen. Three of the slides are, I'm sorry, two of the slides are hydraulic. The front two slides, they're the heavy ones, and those are hydraulic. It's the same hydraulics that operate our jacking system for leveler jacks. The two back slides are electric. So everything in this coach has been upgraded and customized. The coach was completely remodeled on the interior in 2013, January of 2013. So all of the leather furniture that you see was custom made for me in California. I spent about $8,000 on it, and I'm a business, so that's wholesale. So it's 15 grand worth of furniture, and it's got all hardwood floors in here. These are Pergo hardwood floors, okay? And so they have a real wood laminate on them, but they're Pergo and they're supposed to be indestructible. And I have an extra case of the flooring so that if you ever have to replace a piece, you'll have it. So let's start up here in the front, and I'll just give you a little rundown here. We have, when you walk in, you have cabinets over the driver here. As you can see, no smoking in the coach. Very, very strictly enforce that. So here's our first camera here. We have a little keys box up there, a little safe. And that's where I keep the flashlights and the first aid kit. Some nice cabinet space. Big deep cabinets in the front, and that is a GPS unit that is sitting up there. This is just kind of a dummy compartment here. It houses all of the main wiring for the entertainment system. For the video portion of it's behind there, and there is an access panel there. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a couple of recessed screws so you can get to that. More cabinets. And all the legal stuff, so we'll go ahead and show you that here. There is the VIN number on the coach. This is a 2010, and the chassis is an XCR, 350 horse Cummins ISB with the Allison 3000 motorhome automatic transmission. Okay. And the rear axle is a 478 on it. And here's all your information from Freightliner. Tire inflation information. 1-800-FTL-HELP. Those guys answer the phone 24/7. They're great if you have questions about the coach and the chassis. They can tell you anything on it. We got the transmission operating information there. All right. Here is our one of the two DirecTV receivers. Now, obviously, you'll have to sign up for DirecTV if you want the in-motion satellite. You'll need two receivers, but one of them will go here. This is a video switcher up here with a little remote, and I Velcro the remotes on, so very easy to find the remotes. Okay. And you see the Blu-ray disc player. The Blu-ray disc player does not work. It broke, and so that will not be coming with the coach. I need to take that out. It does have a DVD player on board. The Blu-ray player gave up the ghost, so it won't be coming with the coach. And that is our on-off switch for the in-motion satellite. It's a Winegard Road Trip on-off switch, and when it's on, you get a nice little blue light there. Okay? That works really well. Got to have the TV for the kids and for everybody. Alright, this is our driver's compartment here. Now, I think this coach has the coolest driver's compartment of any coach out there. And here's our seats. I designed these seats, by the way, very proud of them. They're two-tone leather, very nice. As you can see, they're in perfect shape. No tears, no cuts, no marks. I had cup holders made into each armrest. And here's the passenger seat. Oh, my jacket there. Again, no cuts, no marks. The leather is perfect. Brand new, January of 2013. I did about wholesale, somewhere around $13,000 to $15,000 worth of wholesale remodeling on the coach. That's at my cost because I have a service department. If you took this coach in for the floors and the seats, it would have been a $30,000 remodel. Okay. So these seats, not only are everything in here is custom, and these were made, as I said, by a company in California. The craftsmanship on them is much, much better than the original seats that came with the coach. But there's a lot more support. I think I mentioned earlier I drive 10 to 12,000 miles a month in my coaches because we operate nationwide. So we'll move coaches for folks, and we'll do one-way trips. I just got back from San Francisco, actually. Some folks did a one-way trip across country, so I had to fly out there and bring the coach back to Florida. But these seats have extra padding in them, and they're really nice and supportive seats. So we'll slip into the driver's compartment here, and the first thing you'll notice is there's 3 pedals down here. Obviously that's the gas. This is our air brake, and then this little pedal adjusts our steering wheel, so it's got a full tilt. Okay, tilt, and it telescopes up and down, so you can put it all the way up and drive like a big old trucker, or I prefer to kind of keep it down and drive with my thumb. Here is our dash. We have a tachometer, which is actually important. Even though we have a 6-speed automatic transmission, when you're in the mountain, you need to shift manually with the up and down shift buttons so that you get in the proper torque range. Our speedometer. We have a fully functional, and it's going to be hard to show you because well, we'll just start it on up. Here we go. So whenever you start a diesel, there's a little French fry looking curly Q over here. That is the preheat. We'll wait for that to go out. It preheats the glow plugs. And we start the engine. And there we go. Turn the steering wheel a little bit here. So this is our display. It's a multi-function display here. It has all of the important information that you might need while you're driving, all your caution lights. And right now the parking brake is on, so that's illuminated. And the little green thing is actually our cruise control. I'll turn that off because we're not going anywhere. The cruise control was on. And we have a pre-trip checklist. And I don't know if you can see that, but we check off each one of these items. And if we follow these items, which I have programmed in here, some of them custom, you will never have any problems with the coach. It tells you to remember to bring the slides in, the water hose, everything that you need, close all the doors, latch the cabinets, etc., etc. Everything that you need to know really about operating the coach. If you follow that checklist, you'll be in good shape. The odometer is 127,500 miles. That's 127,500.3 miles to be exact. Online I listed it as 125.5. It's had an extra 2,000 miles put on it because, as I said, it's still in the rental fleet. So when someone wants to rent it, it's ready to go. Okay? And this is multifunction. It has a little joystick here, and it can tell you everything. It can tell you, what percentage of time is spent idling, and I just started it, so we're pretty much, the idle is going to go all the way up, so we're not moving anywhere. But it shows you the transmission temperature, the oil pressure, the turbo boost, anything you want to know on the coach. It has multiple trip meters on there, leg fuel, average fuel, MPGs, the whole thing. Anything you can want to know about the coach, you can control it through that little joystick right there. And I honestly don't even know how to do all the functions because it's got so many. Okay, so that's our steering wheel. Here's our view out the front. And that's my office, by the way, there. That big building. And this is our driver's position. Really nice, clean lines in here. We've got some fans up here. Really nice. Okay, so now we have our rear camera monitor. You can see my car back there. Okay, turn on the left turn signal, and you'll get the left. Oh. There we go. There's the left view. We have that door open out there. Remember, we left the cargo doors open, so you're looking at the cargo door. And we have the right view. Okay. The cameras are automatic. When you get in the coach and you first start it, you have to select the auto switching mode on the screen. That was the button I was pushing, and then as long as you don't shut the coach off, you'll always see the rear view. When you turn on your turn signal, there's a left view. You turn on the turn signal and see your right view. So when you first get in the coach, that little button to the left, you have to push it once. And that tells it to switch between the 3 cameras. Otherwise, you'll only see the rear view. So you got to remember to push that button when you first start it. Alright, our temperature gauge. I've been driving the coach today. The coach tends to run fairly on the cool side unless you're really towing something heavy going up the mountains, and then you'll get up to about halfway or a little past halfway. Anything up to 3/4 is fine on these engines. It's got a big hydraulic cooling fan in the back. Okay, that's a dummy gauge. There's just nothing there. And our little joystick. We have an air conditioning vent. We have a little remote for that monitor up there. This remote has the same buttons as the monitor, so if you're super lazy and it's too hard for you to reach your finger up here, you can push the buttons there. Kind of useless, but there it is. Alright, so we have our headlights here. They're off right now. That's parking. Those are our headlights. If we push in, we turn on our driving lights, and those are those big lights up front that I showed you. Okay. Our brights are right here, and you see the brights are on and the brights are off. These right here are our map lights, or our reading lights. We push them all the way up, and we get LEDs, super bright, right there. And we have one on that side over there. There you go. And that's controlled by this little wheel right here. So there you go. This is our parking brake. This coach has air brakes in it, and this is our parking brake. It's on right now. This is our joystick to control our mirror, just like in your car. You switch it to the left, you get the left mirror, switch it to the right, you have a little keypad. This little button turns on mirror heat, so if it's cold out and the mirrors fog up or ice up, you turn that on, and it melts the ice on the mirrors. This is our automatic transmission right here, and this is our Allison transmission. It has reverse, neutral, and drive, obviously. You'll notice there's no park, and that's because any coach that has air brakes, or any bus or any semi that has an air brake, will not have a park. That's what this is. This is your parking brake, and you pull this up to apply it, and we'll push down to release it. Okay, and that is your park. All right. The mode button is if you're carrying a light load and you want to change the shift pattern for increased fuel economy, you can push that. Okay. And then the up and down. So if you're in the mountain and you need to, control your speed going downhill, you can use gearing. Same thing going uphill. You want to get in the right gear for the conditions. You've got an ability to manually shift. Most of your nicer cars today have a manual shift mode. Even my little Ford back there does. So same kind of thing. All right. Little cool thing when you're checking out coaches, if you'll push while it's running, if you'll push the up and down arrow simultaneously, okay, you'll see it says OL, OK. That's the oil level of the coach in the transmission. So that's the oil level of the coach transmission. Oil level in the coach or the transmission. So it tells you when you're low, tells you when you're high. If it were low, it would say 1 quart low, so you would know to add a quart. You shouldn't have to add any fluid unless you have a leak, but that's how you check it. You don't use the dipstick on these transmissions. The owner's manual tells you that that's the most accurate way to check it. So then we press the up arrow. Oops, I'm sorry, we press both arrows again. Okay. And it is telling us right now, D1 is telling us that that's a diagnostic criteria, D1, and the double lines means there's no fault codes in the transmission. If there was a fault code, the D1 diagnostic 1 would give you a code, maybe like 23, and you would look it up and it would tell you something was wrong with the transmission. You can do this on any Allison transmission, by the way, if you're shopping other coaches. We push this again and we're back to double neutral because we're not going anywhere. Alright. These are our automatic jack pads. It's one touch, so this is our leveling system. You turn the power on and then you would press auto level and the jacks would come down and level the coach. And then when you want to retract them, you would press all retract and the jacks would raise up. This is a cigarette lighter plug-in power port right there, so you can plug things in. Alright, moving over to this stack here in the coach. We have our fuel gauge. Alright, and again, you can fuel from both sides. That's our diesel fuel. This is our oil pressure right here. Okay, it runs about 70 psi. Regularly. This is our alternator, and depending upon how much power we're using inside the coach, like lights and things all come off the DC power supply, that gauge is going to move around some. These are our air brakes, okay, and so we have air brake tank number 1, air brake tank number 2. There are no leaks on the air brake system, and it's going for a DOT inspection today, so you'll have the leak down test performed, and I'll post that online. That's done by a certified shop. That's for my insurance carrier. This is one of the televisions on board. This is a touchscreen interface for the sound system. Okay, and it does all kinds of cool things here. It's Pioneer touchscreen interface. All of your electronics are controlled through here, so your DVD player, your radio, your CD. It has an auxiliary plug for an iPod. If you put internet in here, which the coach can have wireless internet added, you could have Pandora, all kinds of things. This is your controller for all things that are video and electric, and we have a whole book of manuals on it, but I'll teach you how to use it. And right now the mute is on.
Feeling like I'm headed for a breakdown.
That's not even halfway up. This has an audiophile sound system with all Pioneer speakers and Clarion subwoofers, Clarion Ampoke audio subwoofers. So it's a custom sound system. Really cool. This also will broadcast or show whatever is on the television to the driver. Now, of course, you're not supposed to watch TV while driving down the road, but if you have maybe the Weather Channel on or something, you know, the driver would be able to see what's on the televisions if he or she so chose. We have our dash air conditioner here. It's nice and cold. This is our dash air, just like in your car. Okay. We have a remote for the touchscreen unit. So this is great if the kids or the wife or the husband is in the passenger seat, or life partner, whoever that may be, and they can sit over here and control all of the volume and all the functions. And again, I Velcro everything. Velcro is, in my opinion, your best friend in an RV. Okay. We have some controls here. This is our windshield wiper control. So we have our power wash here, which squirts water out, and you can see that. Okay. The wipers are brand new on this, so they give you a nice streak-free wipe. We have intermittent wipers, we have high-speed wipers, we have low-speed wipers, just all the usual stuff. Our fans here, we have a low and a high, which are really nice. The radio button allows you to have the radio on when the engine is off. The auxiliary start button is a built-in set of batteries to allow you to jump start yourself. So if you ever have the batteries go dead either on the coach or the house, you press that button. You don't need a wrecker. You can jump start yourself. We've got 2 auxiliary power ports here. Okay. Down here we have our engine brake. So this is very similar to a Jake brake. This is an exhaust brake, and it helps you stop the coach. It's another form of braking, which is great when you are going down hills. It helps decelerate you. Okay. We have a night shade on this coach. This is the automatic night shade, and there it is tucked up underneath there. You can see that. So when you're camping at night, you put that down, and it blocks the front window. It's all electric. We can't do it now because I've got the engine running in here, so it's, you know, obviously safety wise it won't let it come down. Okay. And actually, just so you know, there's no sunshade on this coach. Okay, the sunshade is the night shade. This is an extra button here, just like in a lot of cars. You know, just like in a lot of cars, you have some extra buttons. There is no sunshade. The night shade will actually come down just a little bit while driving. See that? And that's your visor. It won't go all the way down, but it'll come down part way. And then when the engine's off, it will go all the way. It will go all the way down when the engine's off. So there's that. Okay. These switches here turn on and off the amps. This one is for the outside entertainment system, so you switch that on, and now we have whatever's playing up here is now playing outside. And this one is for the amps inside here, so we can turn it off and just play outside if you wanted. So pretty handy how that works. Another cup holder, little cubby hole. That's the front of the coach. Again, we've looked at the front seats here. Okay. A little bit of dirt. That's from me laying down in the ground there. Okay. We have a nice custom floor mat that matches the carpeting here. Okay. We'll go ahead and shut the engine off here. And this way we can put our night shade all the way down so you can see when you're camping at night. Of course, you pull all the night shades down and you lower this one and it closes off. Everything makes it nice and dark in here. Okay. And it tucks back up there. All right. Got our opening window on the side there. And again, you can see the tint here. The front windows are not tinted as dark as the rest of the coach. The rest of the coach has limo tint. The front windows, obviously, for legal reasons and being able to see out, we can't tint them as dark. So this is the back of the coach here. And give you a shot here. Now, all the pictures online are of this coach that you've seen here. Okay. There's our Pioneer speakers. We've got 2 of them there, 2 of them here, 1 here, and 1 up here over the driver here. Custom built sofas. This is a U-shaped dinette. Okay. Again, no tears, no breaks. Nothing wrong with that. Big drawers underneath here. Okay. Now I'll give you a shot of that. Big drawers underneath there. Here's another one. Big drawers underneath there for storing things. Very handy. Alright, you'll see this little apparatus here. This is to put a pole in, and there is a square table with 4 cup holders in it that clips in here, and the table right now is in the master bedroom. There's a holder in the master closet for it. So if you wanted to drive down the road with the table in, you could do that. Or you could just use this as a sofa seating area. Or at nighttime, these come off all the way around. You put the table into this slide here. I don't know if you can see that. So the table would slide in here, and there's a cushion that goes across, and that turns into one of your bedding areas. Pretty cool. I always get questions, how many seat belts are in the coach? This coach has 10 seat belts. It sleeps up to 10 people, and it has 10 seat belts. Okay, so you have a seat belt for every person. Okay. Now, the wood flooring here, it's Pergo throughout. The only carpet in the coach is right here, where the booth dinette table is, and right here in front of the other sofa. This is your big sofa here, okay? And there is a carpet here. We have to have carpet here because, as you can see, there's a seam underneath here, and that's for the slide. You know, this piece moves, so you have to have a little flap of carpet. Now, you'll notice the carpet looks a little bit bad, okay? You see this edge here. The carpeting was new when we did the remodel in January of 2013, okay? But when you buy the carpet, they sew this binding on it. You see this binding? It's stitched on. And unfortunately, the carpet place that does all my carpet did a really bad job putting this binding on, and this carpet started to unravel within about 6 weeks of installation, and it's gotten progressively worse. If you buy the coach, I will put new carpet in the coach at my cost for you. I haven't replaced it because I don't know what color the new owners want. This is restaurant grade carpeting that I put in here. It's a dark brown. My wife thinks it's too dark with the black leather. She thinks a lighter carpet would look better, but that's up to you. I like it because it never shows the dirt. And this custom floor mat here for the driver, as you can see, it's got a funky shape. It is custom. It also is made out of the same carpet, but you can see the bindings come off from it. So again, we'll definitely replace that. All this carpeting for you. You buy the coach, just pick out the color that you want. Okay? And I'm happy to do that, but all the furniture has to be unbolted. But my service department can do that, no problem. Alright? On the wood floors, the floors are in good shape, except for right here, you'll see there's a little mark there. Okay? And what that mark is, you can buff it off, but it always comes back. And what that mark is the bottom of the slide, and it rides right there when it comes in. And no matter if you have tile, carpeting, or wood, it's always going to put a mark there on every Forest River Berkshire I've ever had, and that's just the way it works. And so, yeah, it's not really noticeable, but I'm just showing it to you. If you catch it just right in the light, you can see a little scuff mark there. And again, you can elbow grease it and get it off from there, but it'll come back when the slide moves in and out. So just keep that in mind, okay? But the floors are all in good shape here. Going to move towards the back, give you a little shot there. Okay, all hardwood. All right, so our big sofa here, we have cup holders up here, which is really nice. And my favorite part on the sofas is how they open up to sleep. These are really, really nice sofas because I spent a whole lot of money on them. These are nicer than the sofas in my house. That's really true. The sofas in my house don't make me any money. The coaches do, so they are nicer. But we grab this, pull it out, okay, unfold it. And this is a custom-made mattress. It is a air mattress with a pillow top on it, and then it has a cover on it. You can see the cover. Well, the zipper's right here. There you go. So the cover keeps it nice and clean. We plug this in right here, and we hit inflate, and it automatically inflates. This is the most comfortable bed in the entire coach. It is super, super comfy. It inflates. In just a couple minutes, we're going to have a full bed here. This is a little bigger than a full, a little smaller than a queen. We have our love seat up here. Okay, here's our love seat. Again, cup holders. This love seat opens up the same way as this bed. So if I took these cushions off, we'll just go ahead and do it so you can see it. There we go. Alright, so here we go. Took the cushions off, the love seat. It pulls out. We open this up. And here we are, another custom pillow top air mattress. Okay, it's got another cover on it. You plug this in, there's a receptacle for this right here. Okay, receptacle right there. You hit the button and it inflates and deflates automatically. Very comfortable. So if you can picture having this made into a bed, and all of these cushions are off from here, so it's nice and long. It's the same length as this bed. So you have basically a double bed there for two people. You have a little bigger than a full, but a little smaller than a queen there for two folks. This bed is really for one adult, but two children have slept here before, and that's why we advertise sleeps 9 or 10. So you have sleeping here. Then you got the two bunks in there, and then you have two folks in the master bed. So that's 9 or 10 folks to sleep here. It's laid out very, very well. Really, really like the design of the beds. Most coaches have what's called a jackknife sofa, and they do not pull out like this. The sofa just folds flat. Very uncomfortable. So there you go. Very simple to make beds up. When you're done with them, you hit the deflate button. It would deflate the mattress. You push that, just give it a little push, and then you put your sofa cushions back on. Okay? Very simple. This one's all made up, or ready to be made up, nice and firm. You can adjust how firm it is, and then when you're done with it, you just press the deflate button, and that's all there is to it. Alright? Television's in here. We have a TV there, a TV here. Don't forget the TV up front. And we have this television here. We have DVD on board. We have in-motion satellite TV on board through DirecTV. We have high-definition gain over-air receiver antenna, so you can pick up local channels. So like if you're in Atlanta, for example, you get about 100 high-def channels on the over-air antenna. And you can watch multiple programs and channels at once. The way the entertainment system is really top-notch in here. Okay. Here's our microwave. This is an Amana stainless steel. It is a convection oven and microwave, so it does both. Okay. And there's the inside of it. Has a little burn mark right here. It works just fine. No, I have no idea how that happened. That happened probably the first 3 or 4 months I owned the coach. I think someone probably put some metal in there. Not real sure, but it works just fine. I have baked cookies in here, lasagna, Toll House cookies, all kinds of things, and it is a microwave as well. We have our oven here, our stove rather. This is a stove top. As you see, that pulls off. Okay. And we have a 3-burner stove here. So this is a rack for these. As you can see, it's almost never been used. Apparently folks that rent coaches don't cook. I have cooked in here because I used to work as a chef, but it has not been used hardly at all. So there it is. Okay. 3 burners, gas, plenty of storage underneath here. Just to give you an idea. Okay. Now just to point something out to you so that there's no surprises for you. This front cover here that goes over the stove, you'll notice the seam here, okay? It got dropped at one point and it broke, so I glued it with some really high-end super glue. It's been holding just fine for quite a while, but there's just a little crack there. You can't see it because this clips on here. And there you go. Okay, so if you look really, really closely, you can see that. Just want to show you everything. I'm just nitpicking it so that you see everything, and just like I told you, there wouldn't be any surprises for you when you got here. This is our sink. Has a pull-out spout, which is nice. Okay. And the sink works fine, but the little black button here that turns it from a stream to, like a salad sprayer, the little black button came off. And I'm just noticing this now. It just literally just came off. So, tell you what, I will put a new sink in because it wasn't like that before it went out to Sebring for the 24-hour race. You can tell it's just come apart there. So I will put a new faucet in the sink. So this will be new with a new head on it so that we don't have any problems there. Here's our sink. Double sinks. White porcelain. Alright, moving on. In these compartments, the bottom compartment has 2 8-inch subwoofers, and underneath the U-shaped dinette there are 2 8-inch subwoofers, so you have 4 subs in here. In here is where all the amps are. This thing's got 6,000 watts of amps, and it actually uses 2-aught wire bringing the power into the amp. It uses 125 DC amps of power for the stereo and entertainment system. Pretty cool. All custom installed. Here's our inverter, okay? And we don't need the inverter right now because we have the generator on, but there's the inverter. And this is our air conditioning control right here. We have 3 roof air conditioners. We have 2 there, and 1 in the back, which, yeah, you can see it. And there are ducted vents in the roof, and the one in the center dumps all of its air right out of these vents here. So this thing can become an ice box even on a 100-degree day. You don't find very many coaches with 3 roof airs and 1 dash air conditioner. They are able to all be run simultaneously off the generator. The generator's got enough juice because it's an oversized gen, so you can run all your air conditioning. Our control panel, and they call it the convenience center. This is where you control the hot water heater, the tank heat if it gets cold, and I told you there's tank heat. All of your switches here for the slides. These are your levels. So right now the LPG is full, because I filled it up this morning. The batteries are almost full. Got the generator running, so they're charging. Fresh water is full. Our black tank is full right now and needs dumped, and our gray tank is empty. Okay. Made some notes here for you, so you can remember how to use everything. This little panel here does a couple things. This switch is an auxiliary input right here. So when this is on, you can connect that coax cable I showed you outside, and it will feed the cable at the RV park inside to the televisions here. This is an auxiliary input here. This is cool. So if you have a video game player or whatever the kids play today, Xbox or Wii or whatever those things are, Nintendo. I still have an Atari, but I'm old. You plug that in here, another DVD player, maybe a video camera. This is an auxiliary input, and it'll show on the monitors here. So you can plug in here while you're driving, and you get your sound and your video through here. This is a bass booster, and that's your control for your bass out here. So you can decide how much bass you want to have coming out of the 4 subwoofers. You can rattle the whole place, so it's pretty cool. Trash can here for you, and LP detector. Alright, moving into, let's go to the bathroom here. Alright, so here's our bathroom. Get you a shot of it here. Our toilet. So this is a bathtub and shower combination. Okay, and yes, there's a sticker. It says do not use while moving. Not in this coach, but in another one I had someone actually fall through the glass doors while driving, trying to take a shower. So had to put that sticker in there. Those are the idiot stickers. So here's our shower and our bathtub. Now they build this as a bathtub, and I don't think an adult could get into the bathtub, but a child definitely could. Perhaps a midget or a munchkin or other little people could fit into the bathtub there. But you see we have brushed nickel appliance fixtures in here, brushed nickel fixtures, and this moves up and down, so you can move. Well, I can't do it with one hand, but it does. There you go. That moves up and down, and then you have your wand here, pretty standard. Your bathtub. Get a shot of the floor there for you. Floors are nice and good, all wood. Toilet paper. Here's our toilet. Well, a little dirty from the weekend, so I'm not going to show you inside of it. There's all men in there, but it'll be nice and clean when you come see the coach. All right. It is a porcelain toilet. It's not plastic. That is real porcelain. Here's our sink. We have a pretty big cabinet in here. Pretty big cabinet for putting stuff in. We have our bathroom exhaust fan right there. Another air freshener. This one matches the interior. That's the controls for the fan. And we'll show you the sink cabinet here. Big sink cabinet underneath there. I'm trying to get you a good shot. Got about 35 rolls of toilet paper in there. And there's the trim. So just so you know, on the trim, you know, like little areas like the corners here, okay? This is the baseboard here. You know, there's just a little bit of wear where it goes together there, so you can see that. Just so you know. Okay. Our bunk beds. Alright. We have in our bunks here, we have remote control, Velcro again. We have a fold down monitors here. They each have their own DVD player. Okay? They each have their own DVD player. And they also can receive in-motion satellite. So they have a tuner, and you can the kids can lay in here, or whoever, while you're driving and watch in-motion satellite. You can also plug a video game in here, whatever you like. These are all adjustable. They tilt and move however you like. We have a headphone jack here if you want to plug headphones in. And we also have powered speakers. I don't know if you can get a shot of those there, but there's a speaker system there. There's little bookshelf speakers. You can, if you don't want to use the headphones. Curtains, give you some privacy. There's the blacked out windows. Okay, blacked out windows. Down here, we are missing a blacked out window. Okay, there is glass here. Alright, I had someone break the glass window. So they were throwing a football around and it hit the window and broke. And so I've had the glass replaced. It has tinting on the inside, but the blackout tint has not been replaced on it. In fact, you can see up there in the corner where the tint is. The blackout tint has not been replaced on it, so it needs to be tinted there. Blackout tint, no blackout tint. And again, fold down video and our bunk. Underneath the bunk has tons of storage. I'm going to try to do this one-handed, but you can see there's a magic handle here. And underneath here, I keep a lot of the manuals hidden here. There's plenty of room, extra toilet chemicals and things. There's our amp back here for the back bedroom sub, and some more cleaning supplies. So moving into the back bedroom, turn some lights on here. Alright, this is our master bedroom. Okay. So this is a queen size bed. The mattress was new January of last year. It has always had a very nice mattress cover. This is not just a cover, it's actually a mattress bag. It's zippered on the bottom so it can't be taken off. This is waterproof, bed bug proof, the whole deal. I wouldn't hesitate. You can wash this. I would not hesitate to keep this mattress. I keep it flipped around and rotated on a regular basis. It was a very expensive mattress. I believe this is a Serta. But you don't have to worry about anything icky on it because of this cover. Alright? It's completely waterproof. About a $50, $60 cover. Up underneath here, more wood floor. We have our bass cannon here. This is a subwoofer that's for the master bedroom. Alright. You'll notice on the floor in here you'll see some screws in the floor. This is the rear engine access panel. If you ever have to do major work on the engine, you have to take this panel out. You're on top of the engine here. So that's why you have to have screws in the wood. So if you see those, just let you know. Okay. Now we are missing a little piece of trim right here. It's minor, but there's just a little piece of trim missing right there. Okay. There's a little piece of baseboard that's missing right there. Just needs a piece of quarter round needs to be cut. Alright. And there's one little piece of trim missing right here. The corners take a beating. I've stubbed my toes on them many, many times. And of course, the quarter round is just tacked on with a little trim nail. So a couple little pieces are missing there. Okay. Take a look at the master closet. Here's our master closet here. Full-length mirrors. Light on in here. Some extra pillows. We got hangers here. This is the cushion for the booth dinette that makes the bed. And there is your table, and you can see actually the cup holders. That's the front of the table. Clips in here with these straps. We have a holder here. And we'll keep some brooms and a little Swiffer sweeper and a little vacuum in there and whatnot. Okay, so big closet for an RV. Little storage compartment underneath here. Keep laundry detergent in there and things. This is our washer and dryer combo. It is a Splendid. It is a washer dryer combo, but it is vented, which is very important. I have washed a queen size comforter in there. It does just fine. This is our top linen closet, really big here. Okay. TV. Touch screen interface. Everything is touch screen back here. That is your DVD player. Here's our satellite and our video switcher. Some cabinets. And our windows back here. These are our emergency exits back here in case you need to get out in a hurry. Okay. Just push that open. Just like a bus. So I think that concludes the tour. Again, everything's LED lights up there. There's our rear air conditioner. And here's our view to the front. It's a nice coach. If you're concerned about the miles, do some research. These engines, the first overhaul is at 500,000 miles. Cummins will tell you the engine doesn't get broken into about 150,000. Same thing with the transmission. The first fluid change isn't even due until it gets 250,000 miles on it. So this is kind of like, in my opinion, buying a car that's got 10 or 15,000 miles on it. That's what the equivalent of these miles are. Always maintained it with full synthetic oil. I only use synthetics in my shop, and they are my mechanics. My wife and I use this coach all the time. This is one of our favorite. The Berkshire is my favorite model. It's got the most comfortable sleeping accommodations, and the nicest furniture in it. So we use this one all the time. So it's very well cared for, and it is a good value for somebody who wants a diesel pusher that's been well maintained. It's relatively new and has every feature you could imagine. Okay, well, thanks for watching this. If you have any questions, come give me a call. Would love to answer any questions you have. The number is 352-494-3574, 352-494-3574. Call me anytime. If you're a serious buyer, you can come take the coach, take it on a weekend trip or an overnight trip. Be happy to do that for you. I am a rental company, so I have insurance. Anyone can drive the coach. We just have to do a rental contract. I'll charge you $1 for the weekend or for the night if you're a serious buyer. Take it, spend the night in it, use everything, and feel free to take it to any shop that you would like to be inspected at. Thank you. I appreciate you watching the video. Bye-bye.